I want to talk about two instances, one immediate and one going back to 2017, which prove the level of radicalization and yes, Islamist radicalization. People who believe in Islamism, people who believe in intolerance towards other religions, people who use their own point of view, their radicalized thoughts to carry out violence against others. The first case study is of a 16-year-old boy who was forced to join the ISIS by his own mother. He was in the United Kingdom, the 16-year-old boy from Kerala, forced to join the ISIS. His own mother and his stepfather forced the boy to consume ISIS videos. The mother and her live-in partner accused. The woman had converted from Christianity to Islam and after becoming a Muslim, lives with her partner in the United Kingdom. She was exposed to radicalism herself, and she was so radicalized herself that she was forcing her teenage son to join the ISIS and go to Syria and carry out global jihad. The 16-year-old boy came to Kerala on a break and has gone along with his biological father to the police and said to the police, "Save me, my mother wants to send me to be an ISIS terrorist." Viewers, this particular instance is so glaring, but it must make you think. If a mother wants to make her teenage son an ISIS terrorist in Syria, and if you're watching and thinking, oh, radicalization is a far-off word, it's not going to hit me, remember, the people preaching this radicalization may be right around you. They can be anywhere around you. And we must be very careful of these people. We must expose them. We must put across an entire fishnet so that nobody can run away. The second instance I want to share with you, because I am of the view that the government has not done enough against Islamist radicalization. Yes, I believe the central government has not done enough. I believe the state governments have done even less. Because obviously there are different forms of political alignments, political realities, and politicians like to handle situations, not always deal with it with an iron hand like they're supposed to. And so when Republic launched, we had put out the ISIS files. Your network had exposed an entire ISIS recruitment cell running from Hyderabad. We put our neck out, we exposed the ISIS recruiters. I would have expected there to be a furor for the center, state governments all to come in, but the problem with governments is they believe this is the job of the media, they don't need to pay attention to it till they do it themselves. Well, if the government were doing it itself, by themselves, these situations would not exist. In these tapes, there is a man called Abdullah Basit. By the way, he was caught later, many years later, by the central government, trying to plot bombings ahead of Republic Day many years back in Delhi. But the fact is, when we captured him on tape, he was taken to prison and released. Maybe the central government thought it's not important. Republic has exposed this person. If the central government had acted on this case, locked him up, put him in jail or hung him, then there would have been no terrorist threat. It is just that in the nick of time, this man got caught. I want to play to you his first clip where he says that if you do not accept Islam, then you'll either kill or get killed. There's a first tape of a person stung by Republic way back in 2017. Caught later for an act of terrorism many years later. But the most worrying thing is even after the sting operation, for a long time, many years, he remained a free man on our own soil. Can you believe that? Please hear this.
I'm waging a wild jihad on you. I should come to you and I should give you 4 options. That man, please accept Islam and know that Allah is one. And
that is the first option.
Second, if you cannot give it, then give me jizya. Jizya like tax. Give me tax. Third, you should leave your whole country and run for your life.
The last option, if you don't accept Islam, leave your country and run for your life. Now, there is a section in this country who are very indulgent towards these people. They would also have been indulgent towards the suicide bomber who put out a video. Remember yesterday's video? I don't know if you have the pictures of it, where obviously this suicide bomber, who I suspect was on cocaine, was on heavy narcotics, and was trying to fake an American accent and was talking, trying to put out a rationalization for suicide attacks. You know, these are two faces of the same kind of ideology. Put them 50-50. Let people think tonight. There is no difference between the suicide bomber Omar and the terrorist caught on tape by Republic, Abdullah Basit. But the problem is that when we expose a terrorist like Abdullah Basit, the government does not take it seriously enough. But when another terrorist blows himself up, suddenly the whole establishment wakes up. I want to ask tonight, the central government, the state governments, what were they doing when Republic was exposing this level of radicalization in 2017? It's a very relevant question. And for all the people who say, well, you know, this happens in a democracy, let me play to you when we did the sting operation, Abdullah Basit's views on democracy. Please hear this.
The same way, if you believe in democracy, then you are out of Islam, because you are giving the choice of deciding the law to the people.
So you don't believe in democracy?
I reject democracy. It's not about believing, I reject democracy.
The terrorist says, I reject democracy. The woke lobby says democracy allows him to express his opinion. The terrorist says, I hate democracy. I want to destroy it from within. The woke lobby, the liberals, these fake pseudo-secular lobby says he is allowed to talk like this because we are a democracy. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen, the internal contradictions that begin to appear when you look at things hard. But again, I want to conclude by making one point. I have given you several instances today and built an argument. Do you believe that our government has done enough to take on Islamist radicalization? Do you believe that we have carried out an intensive all-India operation to catch all people with radical thoughts? Or do you believe at some point governments and political parties also start getting on the back foot, thinking that they must not take on everyone together? What is the alternative? In a country which has been torn by Islamist terrorism for decades, what is the alternative? If not a massive, open, nationwide operation?